It started with something so small, $12 and a box of iced tea. My husband thought I was overreacting, dramatic, petty. But what he didn't realize was it was never about the tea. It was about feeling dismissed, unheard, and finally reaching a point where I stopped trying. If you've ever felt unheard, unappreciated, or emotionally alone in a marriage, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me. Because this husband-wife story transformation might hit closer to home than you expect. We'd been married for 7 years. 7 years of routines. 7 years of quiet compromises. 7 years of, it's fine. From the outside, our life looked stable, predictable, comfortable. We both worked, paid the bills, shared responsibilities. There were no screaming matches, no dramatic fights. But there was something else. Something quieter. Something heavier. Distance. My husband, Armin, wasn't a bad man. He just didn't listen. Not really. He heard words. Responded sometimes. Nodded often. But listening? That required presence. And somewhere along the way, he stopped being present. I noticed it in small ways. The way he scrolled through his phone when I talked. The way he'd say, yeah, without looking up. The way my sentences would trail off, because I knew he wasn't really there. At first, I brushed it off. He's tired. Work is stressful. It's not a big deal. That became my mantra. It's not a big deal. Until one day it was. It started innocently. I told him about something small. A coworker situation. Something light. Something almost silly. We found these limited edition drinks online, I said, sitting across from him at dinner. She and I decided to split a pack. He nodded. Didn't look up. I continued anyway. She sent me the money, but then there was shipping, and it changed everything. No response. I paused. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, he muttered. Something about drinks. That should have been my first signal. But instead, I kept going. Explaining. Detailing. Trying. I told her I'd cover more of the cost, just to make it fair, I said. But she got upset. Called me a scammer. That made him chuckle. Not look up. Just chuckle. A scammer, he repeated. Yeah, I said quietly. It actually bothered me. Why, he shrugged. It's not a big deal. There it was. Again. That sentence. The one that erased everything I felt. It kind of is, I said a little firmer. He finally looked up and smiled. That same dismissive smile. You're overthinking it. 3 words. Simple. Sharp. Dismissing. I felt something shift in my chest. Not anger. Not yet. Something else. Something colder. Maybe he's right. Maybe I am overthinking. It's just a small situation. Just money. Just drinks. Why does it bother me so much? Because it wasn't about the situation. It was about the pattern. I thought about all the times I'd tried to explain something important, only to be brushed off. All the moments I'd shared feelings, only to hear, you're being sensitive. You're overreacting. It's not a big deal. And slowly, I started believing it. Maybe my feelings weren't a big deal. Maybe I was too much, too emotional, too sensitive, too exhausting. So I adjusted, spoke less, shared less, felt quietly. But something about that moment at the dinner table, something about being laughed at while I was trying to explain something that mattered to me, it didn't sit right. It lingered. The next morning, I tried again. Not about the tea. About us. Can I ask you something? I said, standing in the kitchen. He was on his phone again. Do you think you listened to me? He sighed. Actually sighed. Like the question itself was exhausting. I mean, yeah, he said. Why? I swallowed. Because now it mattered. Because I don't feel like you do. Silence. Not thoughtful silence. Dismissive silence. He put his phone down slowly, looked at me, and said, here we go. Those 3 words. They hit harder than anything else. Here we go? Like I was predictable. Annoying. A problem to be endured. I'm just trying to talk to you, I said, my voice tightening. And I'm listening, he replied. No, I said. You hear me, but you don't listen. The room changed. The air felt heavier. He leaned back, crossed his arms. Defensive. This is about that stupid tea thing, isn't it? He said. And there it was. The breaking point. Stupid. That's what it was to him. Something that mattered to me. Reduced to stupid. And in that moment, something inside me went quiet. Not defeated. Not hurt. Just cleared out. I looked at him. Really looked at him. At the man I had spent 7 years with. The man who thought this was about tea. It's not about the tea, I said calmly. He rolled his eyes slightly. Then what is it? I took a step closer. My voice didn't shake this time. It's about the fact that every time I try to tell you something matters to me, you decide it doesn't. Silence. Real silence. You don't get to decide what's important to me, I continued. He opened his mouth, closed it again. I'm not asking you to agree with me, I said. I'm asking you to respect that I have feelings. The room felt still, heavy, charged. And you don't, I finished quietly. That landed. I saw it in his face. That brief flicker of something unfamiliar. Not annoyance, not dismissal, realization. For the first time in a long time, he didn't interrupt, didn't argue, didn't defend. He just looked at me, and I think that's when he saw it. Not anger, not frustration, distance. The kind of distance that doesn't shout, the kind that doesn't fight, the kind that simply stops trying. You really feel that way? He asked quietly. I didn't answer immediately, because this was the moment, the one where I usually softened. Explain more. Gave him a way out. But not this time. Yes, I said. The word hung in the air. Final. He rubbed his face, looked away, then back at me. I didn't realize he started, then stopped. And for the first time, he looked unsure. I thought it was just small stuff, he said. I nodded. It is, I replied. To you. That difference. That gap. That was the whole problem. He exhaled slowly, and something shifted in him. I've been dismissing you, he admitted. Hearing him say it out loud, it did something. Not relief. Not yet. But something close. I didn't think it mattered, he added. I held his gaze. It matters to me. And finally, he nodded that we didn't fix everything that day. There was no dramatic hug. No instant transformation. But something important happened. He listened. Actually listened. And I stopped shrinking my feelings to fit his comfort. Because marriage isn't about who's right. It's not about who wins the argument. It's about feeling seen, heard, respected. And sometimes, the biggest wake-up call isn't shouting louder. It's speaking once, clearly, and being ready to walk away if it still doesn't land. We didn't fix everything that day. There was no dramatic hug, no instant transformation. But something important happened. He listened, actually listened. And I stopped shrinking my feelings to fit his comfort. Because marriage isn't about who's right. It's not about who wins the argument. It's about feeling seen, heard, respected. And sometimes, the biggest wake-up call isn't shouting louder. It's speaking once, clearly, and being ready to walk away if it still doesn't land. If this story resonated with you, hit like and tell me in the comments. What would you have done in this situation? And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful husband-wife story transformations.